Hello to all life forms who will view this transmission. We have a live tarot reading. Hope you're all having a good day so far. Anyone viewing this, any life forms or beings of any kind, thank you for being here. This is an exercise for me to work with my connection with the fairies and my channeling abilities to give channeled fairy readings. So I read the card tarot in a certain way with each image. The fairies read them in a similar but different way. So it's a unique messages compared to my other videos. And I'm going to pull a general reading for any person who will be viewing this in the future. So I have 5 decks here. So deck number 1 is a 14th century printed deck. So for those, hello, how are you, Corey? Thank you for joining. If you have a question, you can let me know. So the fairies really want us to know that the hard work and time we put into things really blossom, really continues way more than you will ever think. Your actions, your cooperations with others will plant so many acorns, so much more into the world by just being yourself, by doing your work and sharing it with another person, connecting to your chakras, to your energies, being that beautiful stock that can support life that will help so many people. So that's the message for anyone viewing this in the future. Okay, Corey, so choose number 1 through 5. Okay, so the bracelet you got here is many different materials: lava rocks, recycled paper beads, plastic amber simulation, glass. So this is all repurposed beads. So this is to remind you to repurpose the good and the bad, the aspects in your life to create more things. You have a lot of wealth that's not being used, value that's not being used. So thought soldiers, I really think you should look back at the things you care about that are not being used and repurposing, recycling, revisiting. Remember that sometimes the past is a perfect way to bridge you to the future if you just change it. So you can tell me when to stop. Okay, Sue Jones, I'll give you a reading after Thought Soldiers. So the main message from the fairies, first off, with that bracelet and just with the energies, before I even look at the cards for you, I want you to know that always around you, you are always connected to magic, to power, to the ability to create and change your reality. And the fairies are just wanting there to remind you to go back to nature, to plants, to gardens. Just to one simple acorn can connect you to so much power. So same with communication with other people, in nature, with love, sharing your joy. 2 of Pentacles is 2 people working together to create money. So you and your partner have a great communication that will continue to grow, and doing things in nature in more natural environments will really help your process, which is all positive. You're getting a lot of wealth, you're holding it at this time, but you have to remember to stay grounded, to be connected deep into the earth in your own unique way. Because when you do, you will blossom. You will create enlightenment for yourself and those around you, of joy, music, laughter, peace, and then this creativity of art and passion that we all have inside. So in this month of October, remember also to go back to your fears, things, primal things that make you feel uncomfortable. They will usually lead you to the best joy, to the most beautiful music. So your main message is connect to your passion, your joys, communicate with others. 2 people here again two figures. And when you are by yourself, you do have value that other people don't have. But remember the grounding, because roots are stronger in a grove, in a forest, in a jungle than they are just a tree on a mountain. So that's your message from the fairies. Thank you. It means a lot. Anybody who's watching this, I would like to send you over to Corey's channel. If you want, you can post a link here. And he makes really great videos, and I recommend them to anybody who are interested in expanding yourself, going past fears, and working with other people. A lot of the topics the tarot he discusses in his video. So lots of love. Thank you. Okay, Sue Jones, you can choose a number between 1 and 5. And thank you all who are watching. I do live readings. Hello. I do live readings every once in a while here on YouTube, but I do free readings whenever you want with an email. Yes, you can be added right after Sue Jones. Thank you for joining, Ali. So there is a classic beauty and elegance of remembering how things used to be, Sue Jones, where so many times in our lives we look past the joys, the positive, the glimmer of the plastic joy we used to have, and we value it so less. So when you look back at yourself and your old things and your old habits, some are good that you haven't done for such a long time, but you have done them in the past. So remember that joy, the laughter, your family connection, and I coming through. So you can tell me when to stop. I think you will know more as we go through this, but I feel you have a sister that's really close to your heart right now. So remember your connections with her, no matter the distance. So you can tell me when to stop, Sue Jones, and I'll do yours right after. Ali Marie. So a lot of times we prevent ourselves with negative thoughts. So on the wall behind him is swords, but he's still connected to his joy to a small percentage. Oh, and he's not able to see the whole world because his fears, his doubts, his self-negativity is preventing him from experiencing the full scenario. But when you give to others and you share your love and your knowledge and caring to other people, it can really have such a huge impact. So much will bloom and grow once you overcome your self-doubt, because you can take that blinds off. These swords are not actually real. You are never actually trapped. So when you remember your power and you step into it and you start giving to other people, you will know that they will want to give back to you, and you will be open to giving and receiving. When your doubts stop you, that is the difficulty. So there's your message, Sue Jones. I hope that works for you and resonates with you. So with any of these, you can interpret them each way. The tarot just lets you know the general energies present, and it is how you want to live and act with them in your own way. So you can tell me when to stop. And yes, you can have a reading, Ashley. Thank you, Sue Jones. So your bracelet, Ali, is to remind you of to repurpose with repurposed recycled paper beads, recycled plastic, lava rock, to repurpose and reuse the past things in your life. Past experiences, good or bad, can be repurposed in the now to make things better in your situation. In any situation, find the things that are there that you don't like and repurpose them into something that's more positive, that's more fitting to you at this time. Okay, what song reminds Okay, what song reminds him of you? I don't know if I can get an exact on that one, but I can tell you kind of a genre and a vibe. But I never know on here. The fairies work in mysterious ways. Hello there. Hi. So, Ali Marie, you can tell me when to stop. Also, to anyone listening here, future or present, is there's a strong connection to grounding, to just connect to yourself in your own way, to the trees, to the buildings, to the environment around you, and just connect deep into the planet and know that you are loved and you're part of an ecosystem that is so much more than the limited lives we like to live. So that's my guidance from the fairies there. Okay, yeah, I can give you a general reading or thank you. I'm I am in a partial channeling with a group of fairies at this time that live outside. Yes, I can add you to the list for questions. It's fine. Yes, Ali, you can choose a different question. Yes, you can be added on. Yes, Phantom Punk, thank you. Welcome back. And you can be added on as well. Okay, you can tell me when to stop. And what do your district manager, I assume is DM, wants to say to you? Hello, welcome back. Got a whole group here. Thank you all who are returning. To all the subscribers, I really appreciate that. So yes, you can also be added. Just to let any people who are recently viewing, this is channeling with half fairies and half Sam. So doing okay, divine masculine. Okay, you can tell me when to stop. So the main message is to see things from a different perspective, to know that you are in control and how you view things, whether or not you're grounded. What sometimes you feel like you're not moving, where you're too grounded, or you're just stuck to one place. And the way to overcome that is to see it from a different perspective, to flip the situation around and conquer the beast with your strength. This is, and it will give you enlightenment. It will give you a new sense of passion when you conquer your fear and you say, hey, I have love only to give, and love will only come back to me because you are mastering the polarity, and it will echo back infinitely to you. So your message is write down your fears, write down those limitations, and also write down a solution. It doesn't always have to work, but by you making a active go at working with your strength, visualizing things that are uncomfortable, seeing things from a different perspective, it will really help you feel more mobile in your life and in your situation. So I hope that worked for you. Thank you. I much appreciate the question change on that one. Okay, so Ashley, if you're still here, you can choose a number between 1 and 5. And thank you for the likes and all the viewers here. Okay, I'll give another minute or so for Ashley. YouTube doesn't let me see who's all in the chat, so. And yes, you can be added. Yes, thank you. Ashley Vasquez, if you're still here, I can do your reading. Have a good night. And I'm really bad with names, so hopefully, no offense if I mispronounce it, is Jessica J, if is the one after Ashley. Okay, Ashley, you can choose 1 through 5. Thank you. It gives me a new. I ran a marathon in it, my first 5K, close to a marathon, and it gives me a sense of confidence for the videos. Yes, you can get a reading. So, Ashley, those things, those dreams, you can repurpose them in like art or music or poetry of any kind, because by repurposing those feelings you have that you remember into a tangible 3D object that you can help other people, like these repurpose paper beads and glass beads, they can bring new life to your life and to those around you. So do you have a question in particular, or just would like a general energy reading? Yes, AP, I can add you on, and I will ask that for you. But with any future readings, it is a lot of things can change it. I can basically only give you the energies that are present at this time. And if by you asking this question is already changing some aspect of it. So heads up on any future readings, not as much clarity as a now reading. Okay, you can tell me when to stop, Ashley. Chanthy, I didn't quite understand your comment there. Yeah, sometimes the speaking and the channeling gets a little fast. It gets energized. So doing my best to monitor the frequencies. So do you have a question or a just a general? We're the same age, Chanthy. I'm 26 as well. Birthday in January. So the quick fairy message from the cards is you have a lot of nature, earth energies, a lot of fairies. So when you are around plants and nature, it will help so many aspects of your life, because just being a gardener or just going to a garden can really change your new perspective. Okay, so to continue on that, with knowledge and wisdom of whatever you want to study will give you so much ability to fly, but you also want to remember to connect with your root, to your groundingness, that will really help you see the full scenario, to see everything that's going on, which will lead you to speak and say your reality more. And as you kind of thrust your energy into the world, it will really help create your reality. And the most beautiful type of in this tarot deck, sunflowers represent enlightenment. And so, but there's also death involved. Things have to die, old things have to leave for the new beauty, the new flowers to grow. Some forests have to burn down for new things to grow that would not have been able to grow in that location beforehand. So this is just the cyclical nature of life. And that's your main message, is remember to think about nature, how nature works, and that's a good way to answer a lot of your questions or issues you have. Like, what is nature doing to cope with this issue? And then you can help in that way, is what the tarot is telling you. Oh, thank you for the new subscribe. And you can add a question. So I hope that was good for you. And I enjoy your energy on that one. Very strong nature. I really got sent to the rainforest, and I sent some love with that question. So thank you for that. Okay. Yeah, Jessica J, you will be next question. A lot of people believe, yeah, reincarnation is real. I have a lot of past and future life memories. So you can choose a number between 1 and 5. And do you have a general question or a more specific question? A seashell case, I can add you on after. There's a few people there. Okay, so your bracelet is very Halloween, October themed. So these are lava rocks. This is the passion, the creation, and these are orange plastic beads. And there's 3, 3, and 5. So the main connection for you at this time is harmony of different aspects of your past and your future kind of coming together at once now. Okay, so I can give you a energy forecast, but just like any forecast, things are subject to change. So with any future readings. Okay, you can tell me when to stop. Yeah, some people can break a reincarnation cycle. It's said in Hinduism as one of the goals of a lot of yogis and spiritual masters. But some choose not to ever do it, and they like the cycle. So in this next few months, you're going to feel that cycle, that wheel of nature, but also remember wisdom. To study will give you wings, will give you the ability to fly. All 4 of these are winged figures. In this deck, all 4 of these are winged figures, and they all are reading some type of material. And the evolution of money, this card says, overseas trips and a completion of phases. So these are certain things that might come to you in the next few months. Also, just a kind of like ability of wanting to study in your thoughts. but you might have to leave others behind. There might be a conflict where one party will end up being more successful than the other. And that might be causes losses and other issues. And one great thing that the fairies always want to remind me is when one flower is picked, there will always be another that will grow back. And that is the balance of nature. But that picking, that pruning, that cutting down a tree is a turmoil process, but it will lead to new things in the future, which is very powerful for you. Sun and your wealth and abilities in these next months, you will kind of connect to your own sovereign ability to create, to be happy, to make others happy with kindness and love, was what the sunflower represents. And you will really have other people who want to come to you and learn from you because you will have a lot of information to give. So I recommend maybe videos or songs or public speaking of some kind, groups in your area. Like gardening groups always need more people, and it's a great place to meet individuals that are similar to you. Sorry about the camera shaking on that. So I hope that's answers to you, and that's what the fairies recommend. So there might be a gardening group that might want you to join somewhere close to you, and you might meet someone who might help you in a lot of ways. So that's the general forecast for you. Okay, Phantom Punk. Thank you for waiting, for the patience. You can choose 1 through 5. I understand that, Phantom Punk. I don't think there's a bad or positive view. It's just a view, and views can always change by just moving slightly. So kind of think of it that way might help. It's something that I'm teaching myself. You can choose 1 through 5, Phantom Punk. Is your turn for a reading. And that, I love that word. You can just change your view so easily. And you should, Phantom, there might be some forest or some nature spot around you that you might been thinking about going to. I do recommend you going there, because connecting to the world in a kind of place, a communal place, you're also connecting to the universe, to fairies, to other energies coming into you, to coming into your reality. Yeah. So that's your bracelet message there. And also, I'm a big proponent of community garden clubs. I think it's a great idea, and the fairies really, that's like their best thing ever to the fairies. Yeah, just by one tree is a connection. If you're in a metropolitan area and you only have one tree or just one plant. Oh, thank you. I make the bracelets for each one a different purpose, a different energy. So no one else is doing it on YouTube, so might as well let it be me. Okay, do you have a question, Phantom Punk, or do you just want a general energy reading? It's fine. Okay, you can general or a question in particular, and tell me when to stop, because you told me about the lag on the chat. So thank you for that, and thank you for all the likes and any subscribers or new viewers here. I'm in a half channel state, and half Sam, half a group of fairies from literally the tree right behind me. So, and other places. Okay, near future, this is a forecast subject to change, as I like to say in each of these. So energies can change in a lot of ways. So these are what are the most prominent change elements that will be present continuously, which is your cosmic lions and your connection to those in your life. It may be just one individual or it may be a group, but it's also the lions. So there's a lot of cosmic lions, Lyrans, any past life lions, all coming to you at this time and connecting to medicine, to healing, to helping other people will really benefit your life. Joining a community, sharing your love with others who care about the same things you care about, because by giving love to others, by giving your passion to others, it will only spread and it will make other people give their love and make other people give their passion, which will just be a huge domino effect. All it takes is one action of joining something or going out of your comfort zone to meet new people in new places will help love. And all it takes is one person open to love and one other person will be in a matter of time. So that's the message for you is community, is group activity will really open up your heart, open up your ability to love, and that will help so many other people around you. And I'll show you this one. Very beautiful card, one of my favorites. All three of these are really great in this deck. These are probably my three favorite cards in the whole deck. So thank you for the question. Okay. So Chanthy, choose 1 through 5, and I'll start yours. And then after would be Jamari Stevens. Okay, you both chose the same deck, so the same message about trees and nature and connecting to the harmony of a forest. How each tree is its own tree, but their roots are connected, and they're all are a family, a unity, but they're individual at the same time. And that's what the wooden bracelet really is telling us, and it's one of my favorites. So and there's so many fairies whenever there's trees around. So yes, it's so inspiring, these readings. It really gives me so much inspiration. I usually do some type of creative writing after this. My vibe is so high. I just want to create something. So you can tell me when to stop if you have a question in particular or just a general energy reading. Yeah, I love nature too. It's a calling. I feel like, well, most people forget that we are made of earth. We are made of nature. Each atom of our body is nature. Yes, and then will be seashell case. So 2 ahead of you, seashell case. Unless I'm incorrect. If I am, please correct me. But hello from the Philippines. Yes, you can be added on, Elisa. Okay, so messages from the guides. Okay, so you have a lot of love in your heart, a lot of love for you, and by connecting to an ocean, to a body of water, like you said, nature, but seeing the flow of nature in person really helps the spirit and really gives us a new sense of power and enlightenment by just setting our foot in a flowing body of water. Being connected to the flow of Mother Earth will help us in our own flow, in our own system. And it will help us create with passion, with energy, and with intention, because you know what you care about. You care about this earth. What can you create that will help this earth? And if the earth will help you back, it's a mutual relationship. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is dolphin energy there. And I do sense dolphins very strongly, even before you mentioned that. I so I hope that's good for you. It means a lot. All these returning subscribers, thank you all for enjoying these readings. Okay, Jamari Stevens, if you're here, you can let me know and choose 1 through 5. And then Seashell Case. And you already told me number 4. And then Anoy Jones. Sorry if I got the name wrong. Anoy, if that's right. And then Elisa, sorry. Oh, sorry, AP. I can add you on. Yes, I can put you near the top here. I can do yours right now if you want to choose 1 through 5. I can get multiple ones going. Hello. So this is a 14th century deck. And yes, you can be added on. So your bracelet is green glass to remind you of your passion, of your unique energy that others don't have full understanding of. So people may look at you certain ways or judge you in certain ways, but that is just your unique shine. And don't take that to heart. And remember, your special beauty comes from your unique energy that makes you personally individual. So just like a tree, each tree is different, but they're all connected. So you can tell me when to stop. Okay, so this is a 14th century deck that was reprinted. Hold 440, so you get one more. So we have a man playing a flute and a bunny's dancing, and the bells in this deck is the wands, the passion, the creativity, the music, harmony that you can create and share with other people will really help you create a connection with yourself and the whole world around you, that so many individuals will want to learn from your writings. This is a individual writing, but from your creation, the only one issue you may have is thinking too much and studying too much of what you're making, what you're doing, the little minutia, the individual qualities of a thing, instead of seeing the whole big quality, seeing the whole reality. And these are two people at a table, sharing food, enjoying company together. You will create this in your life when you focus on what you're making, why you're making it, and it will make you it will make it easier to go through the hard stuff. So the little minutia, the stuff we don't like doing, you don't have to focus on that. You can just see the tree instead of just seeing the leaf. Is the message from the fairies, especially in this deck. Very literal on that one. So I hope that's good for you. Thank you for returning. Okay. Seashell case. If you're here, you can choose. You already told me. Let me go back and check that. Number 4. I'll start shuffling that for you. And thank you, AP. Oh, you want 2 now? Okay. So the message is from the bracelets is creation, passion, volcanoes, and this exploding energy can be harnessed for healing, for essential oils, for positive things, can come from volcanic explosions. And the beautiful orange is a color of vibrancy, of seeing it, so being positive in your promotion, going out there doing different things that you normally don't do, just sharing your own unique vibration, the color orange. So you can tell me when to stop. Yours will be I'll go through them one more time. So Seashell case is I'll give her reading now, and you can tell me general or individual and when to stop. And then you will be on the very next one, Elisa. Hello, Pink Drop. Okay, thank you for joining. I really I'm grateful for all the likes and anyone here, new or old subscribers. Yes, I can add you on for a love reading. So one of the first messages from the fairies off the bat immediately is sometimes we may be too grounded and too connected in what we already know, where we pass up new love, new kindness, people offering things to us because we're too proud, we're too strong in our own individuality. And a lot of times when there's weddings or people getting together in life, in your reality, all these couples are coming together. It may feel like it's causing negative strain on you because you compare yourself to others, but you are so strong and powerful in your reality. But when we doubt that and we focus outside of our reality, we don't see through our own eyes, we see through others' eyes. We lose the balance of blade. We lose our ability to create, to make. So the main message here from the cards is be focused in yourself, not externally, and understand that sometimes taking is also giving in some people's reality. So some people want to give, so by taking, you're helping them too. So that's the message from the cards. Yes, you are. Okay, Eliza, you can choose 1 through 5. So I hope that was a good reading for you. It meant a lot to me. I enjoy each of these very much. So thank you. Seashell case, any of the returning subscribers, thank you. And any future or new subscribers, it means a lot for anyone who's coming to these videos. Thank you. Okay, Elisa, you can choose 1 through 5. And if you have a question in particular or a general reading, thank you. And if anyone does want a free reading, my email is in the description and my Etsy shop where I can post any of these bracelets if you're interested. And I also do custom orders and some things for sale up there as well. A Before you choose, a message from the fairies I'm getting for you, Eliza, is all the changes and turmoil that's happening globally, all of the tragedy. There's also triumph, but the triumph isn't being reported by major news sources. They are only reporting the tragedies. So, or most of them are. There is exceptions, but most of news sources are only want to tell you tragedies. So the triumphs you have to look for, but they're there. And so, oh, fairies can look like many different things. Each, it's they change how they look for the person who's seeing them in a way to not scare them or startle them, or in a way that feels natural to that individual. So, Eliza, you can choose 1 through 5, and I'll start shuffling for that. I'll shuffling that for you. Sometimes the fairies, when we try to think about what their actual form is, it's probably light, a little ball of light that can change into anything. But for me, I see them as a little ball of light, and then they change into different things each time. First, I see a little ball of light, probably like that big. Oh, so I chose these bracelets because I closed my eyes and I tried to see all my bracelets, and the ones that have the most little balls of light I picked for this reading. So yeah, fairies can be your spirit guides. Fairy elders, usually those are like the oldest ones. No, it's fine. So if anyone who's next wants to choose number 1 through 5 and their questions for the tarot, you can. And no issue, C Showcase, with the questions. I like to make videos on these topics. I know the chat might be a little laggy here. Okay, you can tell me when to stop, and if you have a question or a general reading. I've already started shuffling for you. So your bracelet is to remind you of tragedies happening creates new things. This is like the message is the volcanic activity killing and burning trees will also cause islands to grow. And will also allow you to use essential oil therapy on the lava rock. So there's so much that destruction can come, but that glowing light, that glowing energy, the orange power we all have to just be luminous really helps reality. Okay, so I am reading for Eliza right now. So one thing to always remember is the harmony of reality, because when we just see it as a circle, we're in a loop. But all it takes is one turn to let us see the infinite. That balance of going up and down, weaving positively, negatively, infinitely at the same time will, when you can harmonize that dance, you can make money, you can monetize your passion, and by remembering your connection to the earth and to the sky, to the infinite thoughts you can create in your reality. By doing so, you can create an empire of your passions, of other people who love doing the same things you love doing. And it will just spread as positivity. And one thing, the trees, the connection to the roots, even from far distances, the trees are always connected deep down to Mother Earth. And by understanding that connection, you can help so many others with your own power, is the message from the fairies. So I really hope, because they live in root systems a lot of times, and because their energetic bodies can live deep down in the root systems, they travel back and forth. So, yes, you can be added to the list. It'd be Polo. Hello. Arian, sorry, I'm really bad with names here. So, uh, if you have a question, choose 1 through 5, and I can start it for you. And yes, you all can be added to the list. Rion, okay. Thank you. So the trees are a huge recurring theme in this message for anyone viewing in the future, and for you specifically now, is connecting to your own roots, to your own system of communication with nature around you will give you such a huge sense of power. Okay, why and do they care? Okay. You can tell me when to stop. It's more so a something that is deep in the earth. Is the physical sensation of earth on your hand literally causes your brain to release certain chemicals that it wouldn't otherwise. And that's what the fairies always wants to remind us of. Just going to the beach holding a thing of sand or holding a crystal will help you connect to earth and yourself at the same time. Yeah, crystal is the earth's sculpture. Like, it is literally the natural sculpture of the planet, and it is one of the most beautiful things. I have a friend right here. So off the bat, they did wrong you, and they do have a caring for you, but they don't have remorse. They don't understand the full situation because they were focusing on money and their family, but they were not focusing on what it did to other people. It didn't focus on the sharpness of their own reality, which caused them to take and remove and cause issues in others' reality because they're not seeing through their own eyes. They're trying to focus on this family as making money demands the system that they think they're trapped in, and they don't think about the harm they're doing to others. Oh, kind of crystal is this? This is a I do not know the exact name of the crystal. It was given to me by a friend, so I can't answer that 100% on this one. Most crystals I can give it to you, but I've had a hard time identifying this, so it has a lot of power to it. Hello, Truth Addict. Okay, Nicola, if I pronounce that right. Hopefully, I'm really bad with names on just phonetically. And yes, you can be added on to the list, Truth Addict. And thank you. I enjoy doing these readings. And Elizabeth Lynn can also be added. Was ahead of on the list. So I'm going to try to go through here, and Nicola already told me 3, so I can start that. What is going to be disappointment? Oh, will Marco be disappointed in your appearance when he sees me for the first time? Okay. You can tell me when to stop. And I just added that comment just to remind myself. For anyone who does want to view this back in the future. It appears right now you're the only one live, so. So he will see you as powerful, no matter what your appearance is, because you truly are a empress who can create your reality, whose beauty is known by all. He's focused in love, in caring, but his heart is cold. He's focused on this big world around him, and he's not thinking with his heart. He's thinking with his mind, with his ambition. But he cares about you deeply because you are so powerful and you are such a strong personality. And that is dominant in negative reality. If you show up in a negative situation, you can create it positively, instantly. Is what the Empress is reminding us. And from the fairies, really want to remind you of your own power. You are a fairy princess always, and they're always around you. You are that fairy empress. And they know that you are the divine, beautiful ruler of their world. And they will always want to care and support you because they know what you want is good for all. Even if you can't always remember that, is the message from the fairies. So I hope that was good for you. Thank you. And I really enjoyed that reading. Fairies are really strong with you around. So if there's any trees or plants or flowers, really can help give you a new, even if they're fake, just wearing them and putting them on your clothing can give you a new passion, a new stance on life. And I like wearing flower clothes and tree symbolism as much as I can. So thank you. Okay. That's fine. Yes, you can choose 1 through 5. I can do multiple if excuse me, the fairies get confused with all the human names, so I'm having a little difficulty with that. But yes, I can add you on. You can choose 1 through 5. So one way to find love is what the fairies are telling you is like a nature project, forest, community service work, or just like joining a community garden club. Connecting to nature and finding other people that love this earth will find people who are open to love, and those are the type of people you are looking for. If you don't want to be single anymore, you want to find people who have a loving heart. So those who love Mother Earth have a loving heart, and they can show you to love Mother Earth if you need help with that. And two people caring at the same time will really develop the world and that bond between them, and will inspire other people to make their own bonds. Is the message from the fairies for you. You can tell me when to stop, and I will ask the love reading for you. Wow. Okay, you got a lot of powerful stuff here. So by understanding your passion and your drive to create, to be, can break through those negative thoughts, break through that clouds of doubt you have, and remember that you are constantly harmonized with nature, even when others don't see it. You have so many choices in your power. You can create so many different things with your thoughts, with your realities, and with your love. And love is coming to you once you can love yourself and love everybody, because you are already on the harmony, on the way to unity, to being connected with your fears, with your doubts, but with to freedom, all at the same time. And when you have that love for yourself, people who love themselves as well at an equal or higher level will see that and come to you. Those at a low level will as well. But if you set a boundary and you create a sense of protection around yourself, they can never come through. They can never harm you. Is the main message I'm getting through directly through the fairies. You have a lot of them probably with you right now in your room, somewhere, wherever you are. There's probably some fairies watching this communication. I know they're watching here. They enjoy this. So, okay, you can choose 1 through 5. Loyal to the royal, you can be added on. Thank you. That's fine. You can choose 1 through 5. And a message for you. If you, I know that some of these YouTube can be pretty laggy with the live stream. So, one message, if you want to view this in the future, no, it's yours now. You can choose 1 through 5. Marina, you can be added onto the list. You didn't miss your turn. You can just choose 1 through 5. I did one while I was waiting for you, but I can still do yours now. Okay, so your message, and if you want more detail, you can after the reading stop and rewind the video and rewatch it for more detail with the lagginess of this. So your message is to repurpose, to recreate. These are recycled paper beads, and these are all repurposed beads here. So finding unique ways to take your fears, your doubts, your histories of trauma and triumph to make new things, to make new positivity in your life. Do you have a question in particular or just a general energy reading? You can tell me when to stop. I'm getting a real like a image of a barn with like flowers growing outside of it, and this might be a mental place that you have or a physical place. But a barn really represents is your love and your energy to other life forms, to other beings, to share for your community. Oh, 3. Okay. 3 is to remind you of that old style, that old energy you might have had before, past experiences that are in style again, that are just right for you now, even though they might not have been right before. Sometimes we are given gifts that don't fit us. Some people get rid of them, and some people save them to give to others who that it will fit. Is what the bracelet is reminding us. I'm going through the chat to check a list here. So just to keep it current here. So Jamari Stevens, if you are here, you can I think you have the first reading if you're here, then Truth Addict. And it'd be Polo if you're here as well. And then I have a Elizabeth Lynn. And then a Truth Addict. Then Loyal to the Royal. So if you're next, you can choose 1 through 5. Yes, some people can get laggy on here. So I can do multiple at once. So if I get numbers and question or general, and I can just start doing them. Hello. Tarot TV with T is a YouTuber. Thank you for joining. If anyone's interested in other tarot videos, there's some great ones on her channel. Yes, I very much enjoy how she reads and would like to share right away. Thank you for finding my channel. So I can do about 2 or 3 more readings for those who are here live. So just let me, I want to do in order. So, okay, already shuffling 3. Okay, will you get over that heartache? And you spoke, but it wasn't what you expected. Okay, you can tell me when to stop. And I will answer that. So your bracelet message is those past experiences you had with them and other people are not always going to be bad. You can repurpose them into something good. You can turn tragedy into triumph by just repurposing it. By recreating those old ideas is what this bracelet is representing. So you will get over the heartache, but you do have a lot of doubt. So when we have this heartache and this sadness, we don't see the positive things we have, and we just let them rot and we let them decay because we are not focused on them. Because your heart is broken over this tragic, and it is very, very broken. But by finding balance, and by separating that, by finding your own balance, closing your eyes, going deep down inside, and beginning to heal yourself, removing those blades, removing that trauma, and creating something with it, and finding some way to make that sadness help other people who are also sad. All it takes is one act of creation to inspire someone else to create. And that is what the fairies really want to remind you at this time. So, thank you. And I'll do about 2 more. So If anyone here live, you can choose number 1 through 5, general, truth addict. Okay. So 5 is a wooden bracelet to remind you to everyone has their family and their connections in the past, but they also have a location that they're resonant to. So even if you're not there, you can think about being young and being around nature when you were a kid in your mind now will help you with negativity in your mind or in your environment. So why hasn't Eric called you today? Okay, you can tell me when to stop. Some of it I can just get the energies. So there could be a lot of things going on, or it could just be one thing. So a lot of people have a lot of reasons for acting, or some have no reason at all. Thank you, Loyal to the Royal. Yeah, I when I get readings, when my friends give me readings, I really is emotional. I like cry and cry for like hours. There's always like positive, like flowing tears. Okay. And the message from the fairies for Tarot TV with T is when other people do not do what you expect because of self thoughts and self doubt we all have, it really causes conflict. And he most likely didn't call you because he is in a sense of conflict in his reality, either in his passions or what he's doing, but he also has a lot of self negativity and isn't focused on their reality, isn't focused on his self, and he's constantly, you're not good enough, you can't do this, why am I even trying? And he's hurting himself with all these thoughts. But he really sees you as so powerful and balanced. He doesn't want to go with you. He doesn't want to talk to you. And I can tell she's a tarot reader just like you, with the tarot in her hands, and she understands her 2 pillars, but he doesn't understand his. And he is somewhat afraid of your power because he doesn't believe he is powerful. So truth addicts, you can choose 1 through 5, and you'll be my last one here. Yeah. If he's taking your energy down, he's not seeing you for who you are. He doesn't understand your unique energy. Yeah, a lot of people have self-worth, but sometimes self-bullying is a huge problem that a lot of people need to work on. And I have encouraged my family members and myself to really work on that, because self-bullying is in culture, it's in media, it's everywhere, and we're taught to do it and we're encouraged to do it in a lot of ways. Okay, truth addict, you can tell me when to stop, and you'll be my last one for this video. And I plan on doing these. I want to do another one tomorrow. Hopefully the computer works for me, and that's why the gap of videos here. I was having some issues, but I got it all fixed now, I believe. Yeah, he thinks of you as something set, like above him, and he doesn't want to bring you down because he knows enough about himself. So your message, truth addict, is your shiny, beautiful self-expression, even if other people don't understand it and question it and label it things that it's not, doesn't mean that the fairies and the forces of nature love you and love who you are and how you feel your own individual way. And you are connected to the world, to this harmony of all things. All it takes is you to see things from a different perspective, to look at things growing from upwards instead of downwards, and from downwards instead of upwards. By changing the view, it's an entirely different representation of your reality. But that hard work you put into your creation, to the things you love, will really help you in so many aspects of your life. When you understand how you can create this world around you and with those in your general vicinity, people will flock to you. People will want your wisdom and your knowledge. But the thing is, like all wisdom and knowledge is most of it's 50% truth and 50% false. If you do enough research and understand, most people will only want to believe the first thing they hear and they don't want to question it. Those who are inquisitive, who want to actually do the research and who do not instantly believe stuff, they are usually ostracized. They're pushed aside because so many people just want to be blind thinkers. So those who are actually open-minded thinkers, they get labeled and vilified. It's happened throughout human history. Back in the 14th century with these cards, when they were just used by families for game nights, and grandma would go up in the attic when no one would look and do tarot readings for herself. And that is a message from the fairies. They were there, they could see it then, and they can see it now. So thank you for your question, and for all who liked and subbed and returning subs. So thank you. Sorry for those who asked questions and I didn't answer them. You can ask and send me emails down there in the description box. It's my email. I will love to answer all these questions for you. And thank you very much. And I enjoy doing these readings. Much love and empowerment to all.